Just want to let you lot know that if you're watching this clip on the Fozcast YouTube channel, the full episode is now available to watch exclusively on Spotify, and it's free. Come on.
Right, Shane Long, 7.69 seconds. Can you drink a pint of Guinness in 7.69 seconds?
I don't know. That's a challenge now I have to accept, being Irish. Speaking of, did you ever see Robbie Brady drink a pint of Guinness?
No.
Oh my God. Like 1.5 seconds, gone. Just opens.
Disappears.
Bang, gone. Yeah,
Big gullet on him.
yeah. Sounds. I can't do that, but yeah, I'd say I'd give myself a good chance. 7.69.
Okay, because I was just trying to figure out what you can do quicker. Score the fastest Premier League goal in history or drink a pint of
I've
Guinness.
got a bit of a problem with this fastest goal in Premier League history, though.
7.69 seconds.
I've got a little bit of a problem with it. Firstly, it was against me. But secondly, the goal should never have stood.
No, definite handball.
Definite handball.
Definite handball.
Right, let me take you back
Not
to...
on purpose, though. Accidentally.
No, it was in today's rule, it would get disallowed. Because of VAR, it struck the hand in the build-up to the goal. But
no one knows today.
But nobody knows today, right? But I remember back then, okay, I remember we know what Shane Long's like as a player. I played with Shane for many years, and he is a rat. Yeah, he's an absolute rat. He will shut you down, he'll harry you, and he'll chase you down. And I remember saying to the lads before the game, like, the back four especially, boys, you've got to be on your toes today, all right? Shane will just shut you down, and his leap is phenomenal, and he'll shut you down, all right? We kick off, we pass it back to Craig Cathcart, he goes to clear it, and who's shutting him down? The rat, Shane Long. Boom, hits his arm, drops down into his path.
He calls all tenacious strikers a rat.
It's a term of endearment. Genuinely,
Yeah.
it's a term. Like Jamie Vardy's a rat, yeah, and it's a good rat. You're a good rat, honestly. Yeah, hits your arm. Anyway, drops down. Dink me, goal. 7 seconds gone. 1-0 down. Wow. Talk to me through your eyes.
All I can remember is as the ball was going in, I kind of turned away to celebrate, and I could hear, "Fucking hell, Longy, what a finish!" And it was you in goal, just after conceding, congratulating me.
He shouted it.
Yeah. What a finish, Longy! That's all I could hear in the background. Brilliant. But I just knew you like to go down low, didn't you? And
Is that what? Did you have that in your head? Because obviously you'd played with me.
But I always used to watch videos of the opposing keepers. So Kasper Schmeichel used to be another one. He used to proper spread himself.
Yeah.
So the finish was always through his legs.
Really?
Yeah, or just over his leg.
So you knew a little dink was on the cards?
Yeah, so you have things in your head, but actually doing it in the game, I don't know.
In the heat of the moment?
Yeah, it has to line up, but yeah, I just knew you were going to go low, so the dink was the finish, and yeah, I just remember you shouting that. But I didn't know it was going to be such a big thing. When it happened, I just thought, okay, it's a long way to go and I have to hold on to it.
Is that ever going to get beaten? I don't think. Surely that can't get beaten.
Surely, but...
Yeah.
It's
I'm sure Italy King got the same thing, and then that happens.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Someone will have to shoot from kickoff.
From kickoff, catch them off guard. The thing is, I was kind of off guard as well because we'd just kicked off and I'm kind of just moseying out. I know the ball's not coming back to me. I know our game plan is to pass it back to Craig Cathcart and he puts it into one of the corners and we get after it, right? Yeah. So I'm just kind of walking on out, not really paying too much attention because I know I'm not going to be involved. And I pick my head up and you've shut it down. And I'm going, oh no, but I'm stood on my penalty spot at this time. So I have to come out, try and close the angle down. And in fairness to you, mate, it was a lovely finish.
It was a nice finish.
A lovely finish. And it was like it was an end of season game anyway. Like we were safe. I think you were safe. It didn't really matter. I think the game ended up finishing 1-1. And I probably would have said, what a finish, Shane. You're the boy because I love Shane anyway. I love Shane.
Here's a question for you then, Ben. Being in that West Brom team and playing fairly direct, you must have loved having Shane as an outlet up top, right?
He was phenomenal, honestly, phenomenal. I've got so many fond memories of kicking it as long as I possibly could and watching Shane. You had this technique, mate, right? You had this technique. You'd come from almost the blind side of the centre-back. Yeah. You'd sprint across him, but it's timing, and I mean this genuinely. It is, I honestly think, one of the best timed jumps and leaps you'll ever see of any footballer anywhere, mate. Genuinely, it was that good, wasn't it? It was that good.
Yeah, I think because I'm not the tallest, that defenders weren't expecting it as much. Especially like if it was their first season in the Premier League or something. I was thinking, where is this guy coming from? But yeah, it used to work. I used to love it when he used to go out for a goal kick and you put it down. He could kick it about 6 foot over everyone's head. but miles. So I used to see like 20 yards
Oh, it's
outside.
perfect, isn't
Remember
it?
that I used to love it. I was stood there going, go, Ben, go. And you used to love it, so give me this and just shell it in
And
behind.
Pulis used to love it as well.
Oh, mate, honestly, it was so good to watch. I remember we played Chelsea away once, right? We played Chelsea away, and Branislav Ivanovic, right? Yeah. I think we lost the game 2-1. We went there and we battered them. It was at Stamford Bridge, and I've pumped one up towards Branislav Ivanovic, and I can see you coming across the old 1-2 is standard. Shane's coming across from his blind side. Branislav's running to head it. Shane Long has timed his jump to perfection, flicked it on to himself, and ran round the corner onto it. It was so good, mate. That was genuinely something you did as well, wasn't it? You would flick it on to yourself because you knew you were going to win it.
Yeah. A lot of times I was up there with myself, but yeah, flick into a kind of a corner. Yeah, I used to get you to kind of put it in between the centre back.
In between, so there's a bit of doubt there.
So they were kind of timing it wrong, and yeah, just kind of flick into the corner and get after it myself.
Are these a lot of conversations that happen, like with you two, for example, at other end of the pitch? Would it be a conversation of before the game of, Ben, what I want you to do is X?
Yeah, but to be fair, you just say it once. Don't kick it on me. Kick it on the centre back or kick it on the full back. Don't look where I am, because I want to be running onto it rather than backing into it, because the centre back will just clean me out.
So he would just watch my kick and he would watch where it's headed, and he would do a very quick calculation in his head of where he has to get to and how quick he has to get there. So he'd start his run off, and then the last few meters, 3 or 4 meters, you'd be sprinting, wouldn't you? Yeah. You'd be sprinting, you'd gather up pace, time it perfection, absolute perfection. It was a thing of beauty to watch. This isn't Shane Long in a nutshell, by the way. That Shane Long had a lot more to him. I'm not just trying to like pigeonhole you as this guy who was just good at flicking the ball on. Talk to me about what you were as a striker and what you prided yourself on.
I mean, things like that, like we said, the flicking the ball, winning the headers, winning the duels, hard work. I think that's something that you can always control. So I kind of prided myself on being that as well, because you know, sometimes you can go out with the best intentions and you can just have a bad game, bad touch. You can't finish to save your life. But you can always have the hard work. You can always have that side to your game. So yeah, I am proud when people say that about me. But I suppose speed, I think, was my biggest thing. Testing defenders in behind. A bit of space in behind. I used to always do well against the Man Cities and Chelseas and bigger teams like that, because they came to play football, left space in behind, and that was perfect for me.
You're buzzing for that,
eat that up. So yeah, I think pace and that was one.
Would that be so? If you had to talk to a younger Shane Long or a younger footballer coming through, what would be your one bit of advice about how to try and make it as a footballer? Because everybody knows nowadays trying to make it to that top level or even make it as a footballer, it's a difficult old game, isn't it?
Yeah. I don't know, when I first came over, I remember I came into the academy as a first-year pro at Reading, and I remember the other kids laughing at me because I couldn't do any keepy-uppies. I had no technical ability. I was just raw footballing kind of talent. I had that pace, I had that strength, and I kind of had to work and all that. And it was a lot of hard work that went into it, and there was players there that were 10 times better than me that didn't make a career out of it because they just kind of got lost in the system or whatever. But I think people respected how honest I was as a player, how willing I was to learn, and that goes a long way in the game, I think. Is
that then down to your mentality? Because when you're, like I said, when you're coming over and you're joining an academy, you've got these players that have been in the system for 5-6 years. They know how to play one-touch football and take the ball, bad body shape, all that kind of stuff. Technically, they're much better than you. How do you still back yourself and go, no, do you know what? I'm here for a reason. I'm going to prove everybody wrong.
I don't know. It's a competitiveness, stubbornness.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. I just always wanted to succeed, and I had to give up hurling at 17 and fully concentrate on soccer. And when I made that decision, I was right, I'm going to give it everything and see what happens.
Do you think hurling gives you a bit of that steel? Because it's a tough game, hurling, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, and you don't get paid for hurling. It's all about love for the game. Yeah. So I think that instilled that side of things in for me. Like, you play with your local parish. You can't sign for a different team. You know what I mean? So it's all very like love for the game and wanting to do well for your teammates. So I think the GAA does instill that in the Irish players, and I don't know how many you've played with over the years, but I think every Irish player you've played with does play for the team.
Thanks everybody for watching. We hope you enjoyed this clip of the Fozcast. If you would like to watch the full episode, it is now available exclusively on Spotify for free.